For my dad kasi, he's a very good provider. Kasi nga, ang love language ko is not so much the gifts. Minsan, hindi ko napapansin na that's how he shows his love for me.
I grew up in a family na hindi sila nagsasabi lagi sa akin na, ang galing mo, Adrien. Meron lang yung lola ko na lagi nagsasabi sa akin na, you're like your mom, you're very good at this, you're smart, you're a good dancer. So, parang,
you know,
I grew up
na... She's very proud of you for getting yourself out there.
What's up, everyone? This is your boy Aldrin, and we're back with another video. We are on our last part of this vlog series. It's insane. It's just amazing how I receive this love from my friends. Like, you can receive millions of love, but those love from your closest friends and family will definitely stand out, and it's just amazing. And thank you so much for keep on tuning in and being in this video. Yun palang, salamat. Maraming salamat. So, subscribe to my channel if you haven't been subscribing. And if you don't know me, my name is Aldrin. And I'm doing this vlog series about love languages. And we are now on our final episode, or our finale, about love languages. So, quick introduction. We have 5 love languages. First one is words of affirmation, physical touch, acts of service, receiving gifts, and quality time. So, those 5 are very important, but you have one main love language that should not be missing in your relationship. It could be friends, it could be couple, it could be workmates, it could be your everyday fellas, you know. So this is the last part, and I am interviewing my best friend. We met in Boracay. She's the friend of my best friend Emmanuelle, and I was actually kind of intimidated by her because she's so tall, she's so beautiful, she's so sexy. But then we clicked. Next day after we met, we kind of talked and then took pictures and talked and bonded, and then eventually it all went. I met the best friend that I never knew I needed. And she's there. She's been there all the time. Like, I've moved dito sa Ireland from the Philippines, but still we're talking, supporting each other, and we're giving and receiving the love that we kind of need. It's a friendship. She's an international model. She modeled in New York. She's a part of PMAP, or Professional Models Association of the Philippines. And our final guest is Alexandra Aguirre, or you call her Lexa. So I'm gonna call her now.
Hello?
Hello! Yes, welcome to my vlog. Kamusta?
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Of course, the finale will be you.
I feel pressured.
Since we became friends, sa'yo na ako laging tumatakbo when I have problems, and definitely you also go to me when you have problems, and I think that's a very healthy relationship that we have.
Very mutual relationship.
So, now, hindi na ako magpapaligoy-ligoy pa. I'm gonna ask you the first question. Do you know your first love language?
So, the term love language, I've come across it before. I think the first time I came across it was with Fanny. We had a conversation and he introduced me to the idea of these love languages. At that time, I think he diagnosed me with something. I kind of forgot what it was. When you asked me to do the series, I took a test, the one that you gave me.
Yes.
And then it said that mostly my love language is words of affirmation. I thought at first my love language was gonna be touch. Because napagbibiroan kasi sa barkada na I'm very affectionate with people close to me. I would show very touchy. Kasi ganun ako pinalaki. My mom was just very affectionate. And then come to realize when I took that test, it said 30% of my love language is words of affirmation, which makes sense. Like, the top 3 would be words of affirmation, physical touch, and acts of service.
Those are making sense. You know what, guys? She would drive me to the airport. She would get me from the airport. She loves giving her service.
Sentimental, you know what I mean? I would feel most love when they would compliment me on something that I've worked hard for. There's nothing sweeter than hearing your dad brag about me to his workmate. Always wanting to hear him say, I'm proud of you. I reflected on it na,
Diba?
oh nga, ganun na talaga.
It's nice to know these things kasi you can be blinded by gifts and then you realize, no, it's not my love language. I don't feel the love. Definitely, 4 of them are needed in the relationship or to make you feel loved. But sinasabi ko nga sa mga previous videos ko na there is this one thing among 5 languages na hindi pwedeng mawala in a relationship.
Yeah, so everyone has different hierarchies of what means more to them. I think it has a lot to do with how you grew up, how you were shown love when you were very young. I feel like the environment we grow up in, especially when we're very malleable in our childhood, yun talaga yung would stick with us in the long run, and it's hard to change na.
Yes.
Once it's set, that's it.
We're like cotton. Cotton is soft and malleable. Kung ano man yung pinang-activate mo sa cotton, it's either water or dirt. Kung ano yung inabsorb natin nung pagkabata tayo, ganun din yung itsura natin paglaki. For example, if you're nourished with love, ayun din yung nai-reflect natin sa ibang tao. But then, do you think you have a different giving and a different receiving kind of love? Or do you think it's the same? You give words of affirmation too?
I can say it's the same, pero I'm learning to appreciate how other people in my life show their love to me, even if I don't feel like that's the most meaningful language to me. For my dad kasi, he's a very good provider. He shows his love. Aside from words of affirmation, he is very giving in terms of gifts. So, ganun yung love language niya. So, for me, kasi nga ang love language ko is not so much the gifts. To hear him say na, oh, good job, I'm very attached to the words. Minsan, hindi ko na napapansin na that's how he shows his love for me. You know, he's providing me with a good life. And acts of service, So, sometimes you have to be really sensitive. That's why I feel like it's really important to know and to realize how people show their love. Para hindi mo siya makaligtaan ba?
You really need to know how your partner or loved one express their love so you don't have the tendency to take it for granted. Kasi basically, ang nangyayari for those people who don't know their languages are, hindi nila nare-realize na mahal pa sila ng tao until masira na yung relationship hanggang mag-divorce or maghiwalay na lang. Kasi kaya lang naman naghihiwalay yung tao kasi they don't feel the love anymore. But probably their love is there, but it was taken for granted and the relationship just fell apart. I just want to tell you that the reason why our friendship is working, we have a long distance friendship, is because both of us have the same love language. Our love language is words of affirmation. Like, we don't have to talk like this every day.
Whenever we do, it's the things that matter.
Yes. Tapos, parang words of affirmation lang, we feel the love na. I don't have to give you gifts. I don't have to be with you all the time. Because I remember, like, in the Philippines, when we're together, we love, like, you know, you're scratching the head, you're scratching the back. It's actually like how we say to each other na, okay, we're close friends and we love each other. Lambing, oo, tama. And we're both malambing. And nung nag-move ako dito sa Ireland, I thought I'm gonna lose you kasi we were just into seeing each other and we got used to it. And I thought na parang siguro hindi mag-work yung friendship na to, wala akong magiging friend sa Ireland kasi malayo na. But then it worked out very good. Mas tumibay pa yung relationship natin as friends kasi we give affirmation. And when I was motivated in doing these things, like when I wake up in a day very, very shallow and very, very sad, you're gonna pour tons of affirmation. And yung mga bagay na alam ko na, pero when you hear it, natutuwa ako and nafe-feel ko yung love at napupuno yung bank of love ko.
Pero what I can say with our friendship, it's very mutual. And ganun kasi tayo eh. Whenever I have a problem, I know agad who to call. And I know that whenever I talk to you, there's no judgment. I know that I'm gonna be listened to. I know that whatever it is that I'm going through, no matter how embarrassing it is, expected ko na you're always gonna be on my side. That's really reassuring for me. And
you're a very good listener.
Yeah, you're a very good listener. Ganon.
You are a very good listener. Kasi like, for example, I'm talkative, but it doesn't mean that I'm talkative. That is the reason why I express my love with words of affirmation. Probably I became talkative because I want to express my love to people by words then. Like, I'm very reassuring with my love and I'm very reassuring na, nandito lang ako ha, I'm here lang ha, congratulations, ganun. For me, it matters. Kasi ako pala, ikwento ko lang, I grew up in a family na hindi sila nagsasabi lagi sa akin na, ang galing mo Aldrin, ang pogi mo Aldrin, ang galing mo sumayaw Aldrin. Meron lang one na parang yung lola ko na laging nagsasabi sa akin na, you're like your mom, you're very good at this, you're smart, you're a good dancer. So, parang,
You know,
I grew up.
She's very proud of you for getting yourself out there.
Yeah. I'm happy with what's happening in my life right now because I feel like I'm accomplished. But if there's no love in your heart, then it's nothing, diba? It's empty. Siguro ganun ako mag-express ng love kasi ganun ako nasabihan ng... Yes, hinahanap-hanap ko siya. It's lacking. Kasi, alam mo ba yung lola ko, she would write letters to us. And even though she's very old na and weak, she would write a letter of how she's so proud of us. But then, I didn't grow up like being told she loves me. She doesn't like saying I love you. But she would always say, she's proud of me, na you're like your mom. Because my mom died, diba, very young.
Yes.
Sabi niya, you're like your mom, you're very talkative, you're very friendly, you're very artistic. Siya lang yun. And nakakamiss. Tapos parang, ako din. So, alam ko, ganun yung kinalakihan ko na love. So parang ganun din yung gusto kong maramdaman ng ibang tao for me. I want to reassure people na they can count on me. You know naman, I'm a keeper of real friends and quality friends.
Honestly, your other love languages are very strong also. Parang whenever we're together, our relationship, mas matagal tayong long distance kahit sa in person. Pero those moments when we were hanging out together in Manila, or you would visit from Ireland, diba? You really show me, or whoever it is, na you can express your love through other means. Na parang you show me acts of service also. You spoil me, you give me gifts.
Alam mo ba, babe, hindi ako makalis ng bansa na hindi ko sila iniisip. Like, for example, you, I would think na parang, she would like this. Ganun ako eh. Iniisip ko, pag bibili ako ng gift, gusto ko yung sobrang ma-appreciate nila. I think lahat ng tita ko, they would always give me gifts like food, like a lot. Like, yung mga ginagamit ko sa bahay. Until recently, I went to Japan, she would always buy me food, she would always buy me things. And siguro yun din yung part na yun na parang na-appreciate ko pag may thoughtful gift.
It doesn't matter how big or how small it is.
How expensive.
The thought of just, you know, being in someone's mind. That's really what gets me.
Oo, yung kunyari, ref magnet. It's not just love relationship, diba? So friendship na lang. If you really love your best friend and if you want to keep the friendship, you really have to exert effort to know them, to learn their love languages or how they are expressing love. Kasi feeling ko ganun eh. It doesn't come naturally. I think you have to learn.
Of course.
Diba? It's an ending learning.
You have to be very observant talaga. I mean, ganun talaga eh. Malalaman mo rin yung love language nila if you really pay attention. And if you really take the time, parang effort to know the person.
At saka bawal maging selfish sa love. Kung gusto mo na ng relationship, then you really have to put your full effort and take care of the primary love language kasi that's how they would know na they're loved. And of course, yun sa'yo din, di ba? Kailangan mo din sabihin yung love language mo para it's a two-way process. It's a two-way system, kumbaga. So a bank of love is like something that is not really, you know, you cannot see of course. But it's a bank of love where you fill in the love in your heart. Na you feel it yourself, dapat, and you don't have to feel it by somebody else's love. So love yourself first. That's the reason why self-love is very well known around the world. But, so you can give the love that you have in your bank love sa ibang tao.
Yes.
So, napupuno yung bank love ko pag nag-uusap tayo because you're giving me words of affirmation.
Just very recently, I reflected on myself na I'm going on a journey wherein I'm really putting a lot of effort into giving myself time to be whole. So that's the purest self-love. For the longest time, I've dated around, and whenever I would have a serious relationship, it always ended up failing. Kasi I realized that I wasn't really happy with myself. I was dating these people for them to fill a void, which is very wrong. So that's why I told myself, I want to be whole first, so that when the time is right and the right person comes along, then I won't have them fill any void because I'm already a full person. I'm already whole. And whatever that relationship is, it's only going to complement my life.
Parang don't expect a love from somebody else na ikaw mismo hindi mo kayang ibigay, di ba? How would you love somebody else if you don't love yourself? We really have to put an effort to love ourselves. Akala natin hindi na yung kailangan aralin. Akala natin parang natural na yun. Lahat naman tayo mahal sa sarili natin, di ba? But it's not being selfish. It's not being self-centered. It's actually you banking your love so you can give to others, di ba?
Yes. But also, you know what? I wanna clear it up and say that it is selfish, but we don't have to think of that word as a negative word.
Yes.
Being selfish is
okay.
Focusing on yourself. It's good. It's a good thing. We have to lose that negativity around the word. In terms of like loving yourself, being selfish is not a bad thing.
Definitely. Come to think of it, like, if you get enough self-love for yourself, you won't have any tendency to be selfish. Kasi you get what is enough for you. I think yung mga tao nagiging selfish sila kasi most of the people living in the world, they don't know what they want.
I think that's very true. A lot of confusion, a lot of lost people. And the problem with that is it's okay to be lost, pero to not act on it, to not want to know your path, that's when you're really lost.
Definitely. You really have to focus on yourself. Like, you really have to know yourself first.
And it's hard. It's hard to know yourself.
Definitely, yeah. It took time.
It's hard to find your passions. I thought I was such a one-dimension person before because I did sports, right? So growing up, I didn't have time to develop other passions. And then when you took away the sports, parang nawalan ako ng identity.
Mahirap nun.
It took me a lot of trial and error and time to find something that I enjoy. And once you find that, everything's gonna make sense.
Mahirap pag wala yung identity mo. At saka mahirap kapag nagsisimula ka ulit. Tulad ng sa akin, di ba, napunta ako dito, parang sobrang hirap malaman kung ano yung buhay, di ba? But then, huwag kang mawala ng pag-asa. Kasi you will know it. Just put your effort into it.
Explore everything. Don't be afraid to suck at things. You have to try. You have to try everything. So you know what you're good at, you know what you're not good at.
Yeah. Don't let your doubts eat you. Grabe, alam mo, parang pwede tayo maging personal coach. Life coach. I miss you so much, sobra.
I miss you too.
I never thought that it's gonna be this emotional vlog. Salamat kasi pinaunlakan mo kami. Wow. That's so deep. I just want to say thank you and I hope that you are very safe. Alam mong mahal na mahal ka namin, mahal na mahal kita, and more power.
I love you too. Thank you for having me again.
Of course. I'm gonna say an outro and then I'm gonna message you, okay?
Okay.
Bye. Thank you. Wow, 4-part series of love languages. Thank you so much for watching my vlog and for tuning in and for taking time to know us, my friends and I, na ganun pala magmahal. Ganun pala kami magmahal. Ganun pala tayo magmahal. Iba-iba pala tayo magmahal. And I appreciate you reaching this part na nag-outro ako kasi ibig sabihin nun, you've given your quality time to me and I appreciate it. Yeah, so it's done. The 4-part series and I'm looking forward to do more videos for you guys. Let's not talk about love muna. Let's talk about life. Let's talk about being a nurse in Ireland. Let's talk about traveling. How are we gonna cope with this pandemic? And yeah, stay safe. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!